What's going on, YouTube? Wanted to come at you today with a really cool tune called Funky Bitch that I heard originally from Phish, and it's an old blues tune. God, I should have looked it up before I made this video, but it is too late now. I want to say, God, who was this? God, comment down below if you know who originally did this. Sun Seals? No, that's not right. Oh God, I don't even know why that came out. I'm not sure who originally did this, but I know this is a Phish tune. But the reason I want to go over this today is, twofold. A, it's a super funky and just fun song to play. It's a very simple blues melody that utilizes the minor pentatonic scale and pretty much just a few notes of it, and really just hits even though it's just this really simple melody. So, if you're beginner, intermediate, and just kind of getting into the blues or, whatever it may be, this is kind of a good, introduction into that. So let's just kind of dive right in. So first of all, the context. This is in C, blues in C, okay? So this is going to be blues in C. And it's going to be over all C7. It's going to be all over dominant 7 chords, okay? So we have our C7, our F7 as the 4 chord, back to our C7, to G7, back to F7, and then instead of doing a traditional turnaround with chords or even a longer type of like melodic, whatever it might be, kind of walking. So it doesn't do anything like that. It just goes, right? Just the coolest, most simple, but funky turnaround ever, which might as well parlay us here into learning the melody. So that's kind of what I'm wanted to show you in this video. So let's start there. So that's the turnaround here, and we have 11 on our B. 2 times we're gonna play 12 on our G. We're gonna play 11 again on our B and resolve it to 13. So we're just going flat 7 to 1 there, right? Cool. Super simple, right? God, you gotta love simple. Now, as it gets into, so that's the turnaround. And the whole band kind of comes in on that C. That's kind of 1 there. As after that's played is kind of where 1 comes in. So that's where you kind of start the melody. So you come right out of the, into, so that's almost the whole lick. You're pretty much just repeating what I just played there over each chord. And it's the chords that are changing, not what you're playing that's changing. That makes it sound like it's changing a little bit. Sounds like maybe the inflections are changing a little bit, but you're just staying on that. So let's get into that. So you're starting it out with this big bend on 13 on your high E. And you come back down and you hit 13. You resolve it and actually play that note. I have struggled with that throughout my playing. Is a lot of times when I bend a note, it's like natural for me to come right off of that note. Right to like that note. And as you can see, on accident, I did it right. You want to hit that note again. Then you're going to hit 11 on your high E. And then 13 on your B. So that. And then you're going to repeat that. You're just going to repeat that on the E string. And then now you're going to come. So that's 13, 11 on your B, 12 on your G, 11, 13 on your B, 11 on your high E. So that's what we have so far. And then to end it, you just go So you're outlining an E flat major. So that's 12 on your G, 11 on both your B and your high E. I just spit on my guitar. And then 13 on, then resolve that on 13 on your B. And then you're gonna lift that up and play 11. 12 on your G, or no, it's a G, well, it is a G note as well. 12 and the 12th fret on your G string. And then back to the root there, which is 13 on your B string. So that whole lick is okay, so that's the entire lick. Then it just repeats it. And then finally on the third time around, when it's getting to the turnaround, you just kind of pick same notes. And you just kind of play around with it there for a second before you go back to the, and then you're back to the, and you're back to the beginning. So really, it's just that one lick that you really need to learn. And then loop it, and then just practice the timing of it. The thing about looping it is, remember, I started out, and then I play the chords. Then I play the, but what I meant to say is that I hit the looper before, so I start the loop. I start the loop there so that when I get to the turnaround, I just hit loop right there. That way it just kind of lines up. It's easier for me to line it up that way because of the way that that phrase kind of starts the song and ends the song and is the turnaround and all that. So yeah, just, I don't know. You don't have to do it that way. I like to loop it that way. Outside of that, yeah, just a really cool, fun tune to play, a fun song. And there's really not much to it, so I thought it would be a great introduction into some blues, melodic blues ideas for beginners here. Really just utilizing here this minor pentatonic scale, right? Because so position 2, right? So we're just really only just using this little box in your, what would be form 2 of your minor pentatonic scale there. So, and it's really just using a few notes, and because that's the note you bent up to, so that's a repeated note. There's a couple repeated notes in there like that. So it's really only a handful of notes. It's really, what I'm getting at is it's just a great introduction into simplicity and blues melody for, beginner, intermediate players. Cool. I've definitely yapped enough. Surprise, surprise. If you guys would be so kind, like, subscribe, share. Most importantly, keep on picking your guitar. I love you all. Later.